Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More. I'm outside my new laundromat, which is so close to opening. It's not quite open yet, but it's so close. So we're gonna show you inside, show you what we have to do still, the few small things we have to do, what some of the things have happened that have held us up some, which I don't know if they should have held us up, but we'll talk about that as well. And of course, we will have more videos on this once it's up and running, collecting quarters and seeing if it was worth it to go through all this to get this up and running. It's also kind of a crazy story how I got it as well. First off, I know my guys were supposed to be over here to scrape off a lot of the windows because we are not doing a wash and dry service, but that's not done yet. So still some things out there that need to be done. Here it is inside. So I've talked about this before. I took over this lease from someone who had lost a laundromat or been evicted. I wasn't really sure, but it came with a lot of machines, all these dryers, some of these other machines, a lot of them were broken, which I found out has been pretty expensive to get all fixed. But I leased the property, took over most of the machines, ended up buying a bunch of machines from another defunct / evicted laundromat and put those in here as well. So it's much different. It doesn't look ready to open, but we're really, really close, I promise. And we're getting there. So of course things have gone slower than I'd like. That's just how everything works. I'm a real estate investor by trade. That's my main job, and getting into the foray of laundromats is something new to me, but I'm used to having to wait and things going slower than normal with real estate. That's what happens every single time. And so some of the drama we've had is I had another laundromat in Kersey, Colorado. We're in Greeley, Colorado here. And in that laundromat, it's very small. Had a car wash with it too. I want to get some newer machines to add to it because it had very few machines and they're all top loaders. And I found some people selling machines who ended up working on laundromats and fixing machines. And they've just been very, very slow, but then they introduced me some other people who are very, very fast. And now those two have kind of not been communicating very well and doing different things and clashing with each other a little bit. So I think we're getting through that finally, but that's caused some delays, some issues, and probably some more costs as well that shouldn't have incurred had they all been communicating. So it was a weird situation where the first people introduced me to the second people. The first people were already doing some of the work, but the second people were much faster and honestly I think much better at doing the work, so it was a tricky situation. But right now, what we've got is these machines weren't here before. This was all just seating up front. There was nothing here. So we installed these. These came from the evicted laundromat. I paid $20,000 for 4 of these big machines, plus 12 Horizons, which are the smaller machines over there, the white ones I'll show you, and 8 dryers too, which aren't here, but I still have another spot, plus a ton of front or top loaders as well, which I may or may not use. And they all came with money in them, so that was a nice bonus. I had like $1,000 of quarters, which helped offset that cost. But these machines, for the most part, have been in pretty good shape. Weren't rough, weren't bad. That was a nice surprise. The machines that were here already were in pretty rough shape, and so that's taken some time and some money to get those fixed up and working, and that might be why the previous laundromat went under or stopped operating, just because they had a lot of broken machines. They're very expensive to fix. And when you get broken machines, less people come in, you make less money, you don't have the money to fix them, and it's just a downward spiral. So these are some of the Horizons we've brought in. Some of those needed work, a little bit of work, but for the most part we're working okay. There were top loaders here before, we replaced those. These were already here before, so those were all working in pretty good shape, I think. We brought in these right here. For the most part, those worked. We did have a couple that needed to be rebuilt, but we had 12, and we only needed 10 here. So those 2 are at my other shop and just kind of sitting there. And then here, these machines were already here, except for this big 50-pounder right here, which came from the newer laundromat. And again, that one, I think that one worked okay, but these needed a ton of work. But from what I understand, they're all working right now. They're all in good shape. But some of them had to have boards replaced, major parts, and so expensive to do that. And I didn't think things were ready yet, and I talked to the laundromat and their guys, and they're like, well, no, we left these boards because they're so expensive. You might be able to have someone rebuild them, and it'll be cheaper than buying new ones because they're so pricey. Some of these are $2,000 to $3,000 for that board. And the laundromat guys are like, yep, the companies do that. They charge so much because they want you buying new machines. They don't want you fixing them. And that might seem crazy. Why would you ever do that? Well, these machines cost about $10,000 each. So it's still cheaper to replace the board and fix these, even though it's so expensive. So quite a few of these had to have work done, bearings replaced, or I forget everything, boards replaced, but they're all working now. They're all tested. They're all good to go. So that was fantastic news, because last time I was here, I didn't realize that. These were all here before too. A lot of these needed work as well. Same thing. So a lot of the machines that were here in this laundromat already were just broken, not working, and that's probably why nobody came to use it. And what's funny is there were still people coming here all the time, and still are, to try and use it. So they still had a customer base. It's just that I'm sure they chased away a lot of people without stuff not working. Half the dryers had issues, weren't working. And that is one of the main issues we've had right now, which has been very frustrating, is, I didn't realize all of these machines were all fixed already, or we probably could have honestly opened or been really close to opening by now. We had one dryer drum that was bad, and the older laundromat guys had ordered a drum. It came in, it was the wrong size. They sent it back, they ordered another drum. They said it was the wrong size. So they were waiting on that. And then the new laundromat guys were waiting on that. But it turns out, here is what the issue is on this drum. That, right there, that bent piece of metal. And the older laundromat guys want to send it back, get a new one. Who knows how long that would take? Or they said they could take it back to their house and try and work on it and make it better. And the newer guy's like, hey, we can hammer that out in 10 or 15 minutes and make it work perfect. But they didn't do it because the old laundromat guys were working on it. They wanted to work on it, so that's where some of the drama came from. But honestly, we could have just marked this as out of order and still been fine. But now I know. I just learned all of this today, what the holdup was, what's going on. And then, we still don't have the soap machine done, which I think we really want. We don't have the change machine up. It's done, it's refurbished. It was sent off to a place in Denver that specializes in these. We added a new hopper. Everything works there good. It's just got to be put in place there and secured so no one can steal it. And that's pretty easy to do. So there's just a couple really easy things to do, and we're going to be good to go. I think I mentioned it before. All these vents are in the back because they weren't installed before, because the old laundromat owner just didn't do anything. These were all just hanging off in pieces and not hooked up. Those are all hooked up. All these are better. All these are good. I still need to put coin boxes in these. We had to drill out all these coin boxes because they'd replaced the key mechanism for some reason on these coin boxes. Didn't have keys for them. I have lots and lots of coin boxes right here, and I think I should have more somewhere else. I might put those in right now. Who knows? I have soap for the soap machine right here that are ready to go. I might need to get some more, but at least we have some that can go in there. This has actually been kind of hard to get. And I just saw this box right here with some random quarters in it too. Don't know where those came from, but I'm a fan of random quarters. So that's where we're at right now. So I am thinking after this stuff is cleaned up, we've got to put some of these bulkheads back, make this look prettier. I can send my guys. I've got contractors, employees who, work on places that they painted, they did ceiling tiles already, replaced some of the flooring. They can come through here. They want to polish the floors. I can have them put the change machine in, do most of the stuff now, and get this all ready and good to go. And I'm hoping that can be done this week. I know it's Thanksgiving, which makes it tough. We still have one day, right? We'll see. Yeah. Or I'll just throw my phone on the floor. I could also do that. We might have 2 days of work. So really, really hoping maybe next week we can open. I don't know if it'll be Monday, but next week at some point, hopefully we can open. And then we have chairs coming this week as well too. They're not here yet, but we ordered chairs. And then we got to rearrange the tables, obviously, to where we want them to be. And all this random stuff everywhere. I just don't know. It would be nice if stuff we don't need would be cleaned up and moved because this stuff is not mine. This is random laundromat guys stuff, either the young guys or newer guys. I'm not sure. So that's something that needs to be done as well. But we're close. We're so close. So I might rearrange stuff. Well, we do have another machine we can put in right here. Again, that's not a huge priority for me. We can leave this open for now. And then someone mentioned, we should have put the big machines on the left side and the smaller machines here in front. I kind of agree. I thought that was my plan, but I don't know if it's because of the outlet there or other reasons they did this. Things don't have to be perfect, right? I've learned that in this business, in real estate, a lot too. If you want everything to be perfect all the time, you'll never open, you'll never get things done. Sometimes you just got to be like, okay, that works. If you try and make it all perfect, redo everything, fix it over and over again, you'll never get stuff done. You'll slowly drown yourself in a pool of bankruptcy. So you've got to let things go. And my personality, I'm okay with it. It's not hard for me. I know a lot of people, it is hard for them, but that's something you've just got to be able to do. All right, that's the update. Maybe I'll move some of these tables around right now. Maybe I'll see if I can clean up something a little bit right now, put some coin machines in, and see what stuff looks like. All right, it's slightly better now. I moved some stuff around just a little bit. This isn't where it will be at the end of everything, but all the machines now have coin boxes. They all have the same key for the most part. We've got like 3 keys now, I think, for everything, instead of like 20 from my other laundromat that has way fewer machines. The one thing I just realized, I don't think I have a key for these. These had coin boxes already. I had lots and lots of different keys for different things left for the laundromat, but most of them were just random coin box keys and different stuff that we don't need. So we may have to drill these out. But I've got enough new coin boxes to fit there. All the rest have new ones and are good to go. I'm having my guy come over tomorrow to get cleaned up, the floors. I wish I knew how much of this was trash and not trash. There's so much stuff piled up here and tools and different things hanging around that aren't ours with the laundromat guys, and I put a bunch of it back here just to kind of get it out of the way. But yeah, I don't know what's worth saving or not. I don't want to just start throwing stuff away. So hopefully they'll be here soon to fix that. We can get that in and we'll be good to go. These are other random coin boxes that have keys that work, but again, we don't need those. Those could just be extras. We're getting close. If not, thanks for watching. We'll have more updates on this very, very, very soon. Good time to subscribe. We'll have other updates on my other laundromat, of course, other flips we're working on. We're buying new properties all the time, doing new stuff, so it's a pretty exciting time right now. And yeah, hopefully you stick around and enjoy the ride.